Hey everyone, Hurricane Liz here, and I've got my nerd glasses on and I'm ready to rock and roll. So we've been getting a ton of questions on the YouTube channel, and I do appreciate that. Some nice, some not so nice, and I do appreciate both as well. So always good to hear two different perspectives out there. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And so what the number one question we've been being asked is, we got this big list of stuff. Sometimes people say it a little worse, but we got this big pile of stuff. What do we do with it now? And as you guys recall, I managed to collect just about 100 potential product ideas the good old-fashioned way, which is jumping inside of Amazon and looking for these product ideas, which again, there's some more automated ways of doing this, but I'm going to teach you guys the good old-fashioned way, because this is how you learn and this is how you earn those nerd glasses. So here is my list. And now people want to know, what do I do with this information and how do I figure out which product to go with? So it takes a couple different steps, but today what we're going to cover is there's really two different methods that you can do. One is the beginner method, which I will teach you in another video. And in case you don't have a big list of products, I encourage you to go back and watch all my sourcing videos. There is a playlist of them on my channel, so take a look at those. But there's two ways that now we take a look at this list and we start to really figure out what kind of product we want to do. First is the beginner method, which I recommend everybody that's brand new to this starts with. And the second is the advanced intermediate method. As you can see, I took a tremendous amount of time to name these two methods. So you guys want to make sure to give me a shout out for that. It took an incredible amount of brain power to come up with these two names. They're very sexy. So please be very careful. The beginner method, what it involves is something that we created that's it's actually a sheet. It's called the Sourcerer Sheet. It helps with by using my proprietary formula for selecting these. And I'll talk more about that in a minute. The way that I'm going to start to elaborate on as well is the advanced intermediate method, and there's really a couple key reasons that we use this method. First and foremost, it is much faster, and the second reason is it begins to help you automate that business. You see, when you first get started, you should learn with the Sourcerer Sheet because it makes you have to think some and really learn the intricacies of Amazon. While the advanced method, it almost does everything for you. It's like magic. But if you start with the advanced method, trust me, you're going to miss out on several different little things, including just how to investigate inside of Amazon, which is really the big magic that's involved with Amazon, because you get to see all the changes inside the Amazon algorithm. So, and I meant to spell Sourcerer Sheet wrong here. We call it that because it was created by my own rules, and Josh, who's my right hand, he's the one that did the programming on it in the back end. So I will tell you more about where to get a copy of that here in the future. But these are the two methods, and I want you to really understand why there's two different methods. I really believe that everybody should start with the Sourcerer Sheet because it sets really good expectations, especially for starters. So I'm going to talk more about expectations in a future video because I think they are key to really succeeding in this business, and most people fudge them up. So we will talk more about that here in the future. But the beginner method, you really should be prepared to really become a master at one skill first, and that skill is gaining confidence. And the way you gain that is by picking a product that is easy pickings, and you can just jump into the market and on the first couple days literally have your first sale. You cannot imagine the amount of joy as well as confidence that it will bring for you to have that first sale. That's what this whole sheet revolves around. Whereas the advanced intermediate method, what we're going to use for that is really looking to pick out home runs. And the reason that it's looking to pick out home runs is it is guessing that you have the experience, the skill set, as well as the money and the resources to take a product, to start it off and invest sometimes as much as $25,000, and then take that product and run with it and hit a home run, which basically means you could be selling hundreds of units a day. While the beginner, you're going to sell some products, but you're probably not going to get to 100 units until Christmas time. However, you tell me if selling an extra 20 products a day at a $5 profit or $6 profit, $120 a day. Let's get out my calculator and add that up. I might have these nerd glasses, but when it comes to math, I really actually don't deserve them. So $120 a day at 30 days, or let's do it 365 days in the year, is $43,000. That's more than the average American job on a single product. So hopefully that gets you guys excited and you really begin to understand the power of Amazon. So I will get that link out to you here in this video later so that you can see how the Sourcerer Sheet works and where you can get your own copy. And in the meantime, I really encourage you guys to sign up for our list on the link below. We've just recently done an overhaul on it and we're beginning to personalize it so you can immediately have access to me. I'm the one that actually answers those emails, and let me know what your questions are and I will answer them in hopes of helping you make more money. And I promise you will if you follow my directions. So what we're going to go through is the advanced method, and this is literally when you have a little bit more experience and you've actually gone through and used the Sourcerer Sheet, because as I said before, that will teach you things that the advanced method will not. So let's jump into the advanced method. It is using one of my favorite tools that I've seen in a very, very long time. The name of that tool is Market Intelligence by Viral Launch. And really the way it operates is quite simple. I'm going to go in and type in a keyword right here under the search. In this case, I'm going to look for rubber ducks, and all I got to do is hit this analyze button and it's taking off. You've got to make sure that your pop-up is disabled in order for this to work. But as you can see, it's already starting to populate some data for me. And this data is incredibly valuable as it will help me pick and make a better decision for which product to pick. So this is step one that we take as we run it through this tool to start and see what some of the data that comes through is. So as you can see, it's finally populated. It gives it a product idea score. Again, this score is using their proprietary formula. But as I mentioned before in my other video, it doesn't necessarily mean if this ranks 2.5 stars that it's a bad product idea. It's just not going to be what Viral Launch calls a home run, which means you can probably not count on selling hundreds and hundreds of units a day. So really it's all about expectations. But what I love about this product, let's just get started analyzing it. As you can see, I'm so excited I could barely even talk straight about this freaking product. But here we have all the brands that are ranking for this particular keyword term, their title, the category they're in, the BSR, which is the recent last sale. I'm not even sure what this BSR 30 is yet, but it looks hell of a great. Monthly revenue, price, the margin, estimated margin. This is after paying Amazon their fees. Monthly sales, review quantity that they currently have, the review percentage rate, the average rating, the method of which it's sold, the sales reviews per product, sales per reviews, I'm sorry, so it's 3.34%, and the net profit per month, not including cost of goods sold. So there we are, that's what it has. It also lets you show some columns, hide some, lets you export this data into a CSV. And the other couple things that I like here is it pulls up your history. So it'll show you exactly what your best searches have been of all time, searches that you've pinned, as well as your recent searches, and that is all available to you right here. Going back to the search, the one thing that's annoying is it does do that every time I do that, so I've got to hit rubber duck again and wait all over again for the little stupid rocket to launch. That's the only annoying thing about this tool, literally, but other than that, it's well worth the wait to watch that stupid little rocket. So the other things that you can actually do, and I will cover in a future video, is you can actually download this puppy and put it right in your browser. It's right in here in my browser, and I'll show you in another video how to use that. So that's just a short and sweet rundown. What I'm going to do in a couple other videos is run through some of these tabs and tell you exactly how to use them information and why it's important. But in the meantime, this should be enough data to get you guys started. The one thing that I forgot to mention is it will cost you a whole $10 a month, which I think is extremely fair and extremely cheap for the type of data that it's bringing back. I'll tell you guys, I've run this against a ton of my products, at least 20 of them, a couple dozen, and I've also run it through a couple of my friends' and clients' products, and the data that it returns is scary good. So I highly recommend this product. I'm not getting anything to tell you to use it, but get out there and just jump in there and type some words, and that's all you need to know. In the next videos, I'll break it down though for you step by step so you could use how to use all the information to your advantage. But in the meantime, get out there and just start searching some keywords. And in case you haven't jumped on our list to get a more personalized attention from myself, remember I reply to all the emails. Make sure you do so at the link below. We actually are launching a brand new system that's going to get you exactly what you need in order to make money. So I highly recommend it, and I will see you guys in the next video.